Hello folks, it's Thursday, July 9th, 2020, 84 Fahrenheit, 29 Celsius. I'm at the corner of 8th Avenue and 50th Street in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. And today I'm going to be walking through this neighborhood. I haven't been to Sunset Park in a while now. This is my first time visiting in probably about a month and a half at least. Eighth Avenue and 50th Streets in front of the Brooklyn Chinese American Association. Is it hot out? It's 84 degrees out. Well, now I checked my weather app, it says 82 now. All right, let's get this walk started. So, for those of you who don't know, today is the day which I reached 150,000 subscribers. I was actually looking at my subscriber count earlier and I showed 149,999, and I was like, whoa, I only need one more? That was like so fast. But thank you everybody so much. I can't believe I'm at 150K. But there's a lot of good things happening to this channel. I plan to expand on it, and it's not stopping at 150,000. Next stop, maybe 1 million subscribers, who knows? Anyway, this is Sunset Park, Brooklyn, home of the Brooklyn Chinatown, or one of them. There's at least 4 Brooklyn Chinatowns, but this is the main one and the original Brooklyn Chinatown. VC, thank you for $4.99. I love the sticker, man. Thanks. But anyway, this Chinatown is mostly inhabited by the immigrants from the Fujian region of China. It's a southeastern province in China near Taiwan and Guangdong. This Chinatown was also the least hardest hit. Well, I should rephrase that a bit. That didn't sound right. This neighborhood was not hit nearly as much as the other Chinatowns in New York City. When I came down here, there was more life and activity compared to Manhattan Chinatown and Flushing, Queens, the other main Chinatowns in New York City. And I'm just gonna show this business out because I do want to shout them out for being here, especially the Roast 28. So when I came down here in March and April, there weren't too many Chinese businesses opening due to what was going on with the discrimination and the connotations with Corona. But this business here, Roast 28, I was able to drive all the way down here and get roast meats, and this business was still open when everywhere else was all closed. And I came all the way down here to Brooklyn just for these meats. True story. And back then, during the lockdown, there wasn't too much traffic on the highways, so I was able to get down here within like half an hour. Now, if you were to drive down here from Queens, it'll probably take you like double the time because it seems like traffic is almost back to normal now. Kind of funny how that is. And I got a super chat, $5 from Elton Fast saying best tours on the net. I'm glad you think so. Thank you. And Robert Parker, thank you for 5. Congratulations. Yes. No, thank you. You made this channel, not me. Well, actually, I should rephrase it. I did make the channel, but it's all of your support that helps the channel grow. So I want to thank every one of you for all of that. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I'm like kind of mixing up my words. It's not really normal for me to do that. Mikey, thank you for $5. Saying keep it up. Yes, I will. And I'm gonna cross the street New Yorker style right now. No crosswalk, just crossing in the middle of the street. Because I want to show you another business that was here for the Chinese community when everything else was shut down. And that was King's Kitchen. King's Kitchen. And they had very good measures to protect people. You would place the order, you go in there and you pick up your meats. But this was another business that was open during a time when everything else was shut down. But they make excellent char siu pork over here, which is the Cantonese style roast pork. Now I'm seeing some businesses here that are closed. MK Optical, the medical center, and also this bookstore. I'm not sure if they're closed permanently or because it's after hours they closed, but I hope that these businesses are not closed because of COVID, because I know there's some places in Manhattan, Chinatown that had to close permanently. One of them includes my favorite roast pork bun place, the Hop Shing restaurant. Jaden Effa saying I should make a Discord server. I've actually been looking into it, but I'm gonna have to take some time to figure that out. Here's the Malaysian and Thai cuisine restaurant, Lang Kwai. No, it's Lang Kawi. Lang Kawi. David Hoffman saying major storm is coming to New York City in the next 2 days. Be prepared. I am prepared for that. I know that. I'm prepared for that for content for my Black and Shadow channel, that's for sure. Yeah, major storm. It's like a tropical storm coming towards New York City. When storms come this far up, we like to call them nor'easters. Jaden Effa saying you forgot about my second channel. That sometimes happens when there's like a long spell of sunny days and not enough bad weather. So hopefully this one does not disappoint. Then again, if like there's a major storm outside and I don't feel safe recording it, then I'll probably dip out. Also, sometimes when I'm expecting a major storm, it never happens. And then when I don't expect a major storm, it comes pouring and I'm not in a position to record it. So Bike back saying don't go out in lightning. Oh, that's what makes it fun. You go out there and you hear all these loud sounds and it's great. Granted, I don't like to go out when there's lightning and I can get struck by it. But it is fun to go out in like Midtown where there's all these tall buildings, and then the lightning will strike the top of the skyscrapers instead of you. So hopefully I'll be in Midtown in a lightning storm. That's the time when I feel comfortable walking around. Lightning can be pretty scary. Here's a Chinese grocery store. Here's 99 cents a pound bananas. Now people, these bananas are not the bananas that you normally find in supermarkets. The ones that you usually find right now, they're a different variety called the Cavendish banana. And those over there are Gross Michael's bananas. And I was doing a little bit of research on them earlier. The Gross Michael's bananas, those were the primary variety of bananas that was sold about like 20 years ago. And the reason why they stopped selling those bananas, even though they were quote unquote superior in taste and texture than the current Cavendish bananas, was because there was a fungus that attacked the Gross Michael's bananas. And because a lot of these farmers, they all planted the same species of bananas, the Gross Michael, they were going to lose all their crops if they didn't do something. So what they did was they just switched their crops over to the Cavendish banana, which is the same banana we have today, and they're resistant to this fungus. Now, I also want to shout out this fungus over here. Shout out this fungus. Shout out this business here, the Ping's Market. This market was also open when everything else was locked down. And I came here just specifically to get Asian vegetables. But they've got Chinese cabbage, string beans, cauliflower, garlic for $1.60 a pound. Chayotes are great food. Chayotes, basically, if you don't know what they are, they kind of taste like broccoli, to be honest. And radish. Also lemons. I was playing some Portal 2 earlier, and Cave Johnson says, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. If anyone's ever heard that quote before. I think that's a good quote for any of us. Vinny Pots and Pan with $3. Thank you. Thank you for that. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. That's all. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Dowie with CZK20. How am I? I'm doing very good today. Just trying to go through the neighborhood, see what's open. By the way, folks, I think lobster is on sale now. I've seen lobsters now as cheap as $5.50 a pound in Brooklyn, Chinatown. And the large lobsters are like $8.99 a pound. I think lobsters right now, the reason why they went down in price is because, one, people considered lobster a luxury food and more expensive, so people stopped buying them because of the pandemic. And two, right now it's the season for lobster. It's in the middle of the summer, so all the lobsters are breeding right now, and there's a lot of lobsters, so they need to get rid of their lobster stock. Let's go take a look at some of the seafood. Someone mentioned I should go look at the market, but It smells fishy here. $1.29. All right. So this seafood vendor didn't like me recording, so I didn't want any confrontation. But it's okay. We'll just go across the street and take a look at these very quickly. All right, look at this. Lobster, $6.59 a pound, $7.99 a pound, and $8.99 a pound. And it also got squid, $5.99 a pound. Jack Swick, I don't know what he said, but the only thing I did understand was this. They were just like this to me, like. That's all I need to know. You don't need to understand language to understand what that means. Another fruit vendor. This place seems to be popular. There's people waiting in line for this food. I think this says 3 dishes and rice for $5.50. So this is a good price. Nice fast takeout food. That's why this place is so busy. Here's another grocery stand. $1.99 for this fruit. The cherries, 3 pounds for $10 and $4 a pound. And these are the Chinese honeydews. They're called the Hami melon. H-A-M-I melon. Hami. Dr. Zayas saying, what are those spiky red things called? It's actually called dragon fruit. Denise, you never tried dragon fruit? Well, if I had to describe what dragon fruit tastes like, it really depends on the quality of the fruit that you're getting. If you're getting one that's not ripe, it really won't taste like anything. It will just be like very soggy and watery, and you'll just have some seeds in it. It's kind of interesting. But the ripe dragon fruits, you get a little bit of slight sweetness to it, and it's actually very refreshing. The water in the ripe dragon fruit, it just quenches your thirst. It's so good. But you need to get the ripe ones. The unripe ones, they don't taste like anything. Cole George, thank you for $4.99. Appreciate it. Thank you. I had dragon fruit in Taiwan, and the dragon fruit in Taiwan was so good. The best I ever had. And there was a couple of my Taiwanese friends who told me to not drink the red dragon fruit juice or eat the red dragon fruit because it turns your pee red, a red color. At first I didn't believe him, but believe me, if you get a red dragon fruit and you use the restroom, your pee is gonna look red. So it's not because you're bleeding inside, it's because you had a red dragon fruit. It's kind of like if you eat too much greens, your poop turns out green, and then you're probably thinking you're passing out an alien or something. It's like, why is my poop green? That's not normal. And then you gotta think like, oh, it's probably because I had 5 pounds of vegetables And that's all I ate last night. Thank you, $5 for Vinny Pots and Pans. Check out live radio broadcast at Brooklyn's B91 station. All right. Dwayne's saying don't go to the doctor for a checkup after eating dragon fruit. But seriously, folks, if you do notice your bodily fluids red instead of clear, and it's not because of something you ate, it probably is a sign that something's wrong with your body and you should go get it checked out by a doctor. I've learned that already. Here's the 8th Avenue subway station on the N train. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna make a right and head over to 7th Avenue and check out 7th Avenue in Sunset Park. I want to get some filming in before the rain turns nasty and then I can't go live without the wind pushing my stabilizer all over the place. DW, thank you for $2 Canadian. Appreciate it. Donna, I do have plenty of water. Thanks. You also got to balance your water intake with restroom options too, because now in New York it's hard to get restrooms. Here's Fei Long Market as well as the Fei Long food court. I think this food court's gonna be having a hard time to reopen during COVID. Blue-tastic saying sunsets the other way. I'm aware of that. That's why I'm headed right. Because once I pass over a few streets to the south, it'll be Bay Ridge. And this is a walking video of Sunset Park. Well, 7th Avenue is another major commercial street in Sunset Park. It also has a medium concentration of Chinese businesses, but there's a lot more of other ethnicities on 7th Avenue compared to Chinese businesses. Vinny Pots and Pans, $5. Action Kid, you really would like the live broadcast from Brooklyn Radio, as it was in 1989 on my channel. All right, so if anyone wants to check out some music, you can go check out his channel. I just got a warning on my phone, the Citizen app, saying there's gonna be the tropical storm coming. So I just wonder how bad it's gonna be tomorrow. Dwayne's asking, how many Chinatowns does New York City have? Oh my goodness. Well, this I'm gonna have to do some math on, because there's more than 3, that's for sure. You're wrong, Black Mask. You've got Manhattan Chinatown, that was the first one. You've got Flushing Chinatown. You've got Elmhurst Chinatown. Those 2 are in Queens. Tim England, thank you for $1. You got 8th Avenue Chinatown, Sunset Park, so that's 4. You've got 18th Avenue Chinatown in Brooklyn, that's 5. You've got 86th Street Chinatown in Brooklyn, which is 6. You've got Avenue U Chinatown, which is 7. You've got another Chinatown by Bay Parkway, that's 8. There's probably another Chinatown in Queens I'm forgetting, but that's pretty much all the Chinatowns I know in New York City. Yeah, I did mention Elmhurst in Queens. The largest Chinatown in New York, though, is Flushing. But I find that the concentration of Chinese in Flushing is not as large as Brooklyn. Flushing is considered the largest Chinatown only because, like, it's integrated with a lot of other Asian ethnicities, especially Korean and Japanese businesses along Northern Boulevard. Darrell saying how many Little Italys. Oh my gosh. Gordon McCracken, thank you for $10. So Little Italy, there's the Manhattan Little Italy, which is basically Mulberry Street for like 3 blocks. In the Bronx, you have Arthur Avenue Little Italy. That's the real Little Italy compared to, you know, what, it's kind of like their brand of marketing to get people to go there, the real Little Italy. I mean, if you think about it, what is real Little Italy, you know? But it is true though, their food is much better than tourist Little Italy in Manhattan. But you got those 2 big ones that are heavily marketed, and you've got a lot of Italian neighborhoods in Queens. Howard Beach is a very large Italian population in Queens. That's 3. Andrea Fordham, thank you for $9.99. Wonderful walks, husband, I love them, thanks. And Staten Island has a lot of neighborhoods which have a large population of Italians, so that might be like 6 different Italian neighborhoods right there. I'm not too familiar with it, but and then you got Brooklyn. Brooklyn is famous for Bensonhurst Little Italy, although not as much anymore. It was really popularized during the Saturday Night Fever times during the 70s, but now there's a lot of Chinese and Asian cultures in Bensonhurst. It's more integrated now, but Bay Ridge is still a large Italian neighborhood, and you got Dyker Heights. Dyker Heights is a large Italian population as well. So it's a complicated answer. You can't really say a neighborhood is like all Chinese or all Italian or all Puerto Rican, because now there's a lot of everybody in the city. It's all integrated. Toilet brush salesman, how many Russian enclaves? Russian. They're mostly in Brooklyn, around the Brighton Beach area. All right, so here's 7th Avenue. You have the new Fushen restaurant across the streets. No outdoor dining available though. Replica saying how many Irish areas. Right now the Irish are not as large of a presence as they were when they were immigrating to New York back in like the 40s and 50s. But there are pockets of Irish population now, I think. I think in the North Bronx there's a large Irish community somewhere. But you will see a lot of Irish pubs and neighborhood spots. They mostly integrated with a lot of the other communities now. Vinny Pots and Pans, thank you for $3. Appreciate it. Here's Shasien Delicacies, fast food restaurant. So one place I do want to check out in Sunset Park is the Industry City area, which is basically by the waterfront, but I've still got to wait until I get there. But I will walk along 7th Avenue for a little bit and then make my way towards 5th Avenue. Sunset Park's a large neighborhood, folks. My goodness, that truck sounded very bouncy. Cock LOL with HUF 1000. Have I heard of any Hungarian area specifically? Love my walks. No, I haven't heard of any Hungarian area specifically in New York. I would think they're mostly integrated within the other neighborhoods. They're not too large of a presence to have a pocket just for themselves. But New York City has changed with the times. Many neighborhoods which were largely Irish, Italian, they've changed. Germany used to be where the East Village is. That changed. Now it's no longer German. Astoria used to be a lot of Greeks, and now it's not as many Greeks now. All right. I'm gonna go over to the side here just because I want to acknowledge this super chat. Thank you, Vinny, for $50. Man, you rock. Thank you. So awesome. Here is Yummy Boba Desserts, and I gotta believe that this place is yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Welcome tea. I like their drawings. Valerie Houellette McCarthy asking if I ever run across movie sets. Occasionally I do, but I don't really know most of the time what kind of thing they're filming for, so I've probably accidentally gotten into like some movie sets, but who knows. I'm not really too up to date with movies and TV shows, so that'd be kind of cool if I was in the background of some random movie filmed in New York. So as you see right here, just moving over one block over to 7th Avenue, there's not as many Chinese businesses along this area, just because of the connotation with the word 8. So originally, people came to 8th Avenue Chinatown because the number 8 is a lucky number. And plus, 8th Avenue is the first stop on the N train that connects Manhattan Chinatown at Canal Street to Brooklyn Chinatown on 8th Avenue. It was the first subway station that has an open sky. And a lot of people who didn't speak English, they referred to this area as the open sky station. So they felt that because it's the first station that comes out of the tunnel underground and you get to the open sky, it's good luck. And plus the number 8 is good luck for the Chinese. So that's why they settle along 8th Avenue. My gosh, Vinny, pots and pans, thank you for 20 bucks, dude. You're awesome, man. Robert's saying if I've seen the house Frank Reagan lives in, Blue Bloods. It's located in Bay Ridge. I'm not familiar with that movie, no. Or show. Let's go over to 5th Avenue now. Hype Zebra asking how much do I need to move to America? Only 17, but want to move with 4K. Depends on the person, man. Some people back in the times, Irish potato famine, they came to America with nothing to escape the famine, and they made it here. But if I was in your situation, I would not recommend that. At least have some savings. But I'm not a financial planner, but I do know that most people recommend at least 6 months of living expenses wherever you decide to move to, and that's at a minimum. And that kind of sound advice is probably very good at a time like this during coronavirus and COVID. A lot of people I know, they were struggling during this coronavirus time, and they still are. A lot of people lost their jobs permanently, can't go back, they're still on unemployment. And many people, they were waiting on unemployment for months. I know many people who are waiting for like 2 months for New York State to give out unemployment checks, and without that 6-month emergency fund, they would have had to like worry about rent and this and that. So it's very important to have some financial sense. Of course, not everyone can do that, but it's highly recommended you do. Yeah, another thing about New York City too, a lot of people are leaving the city because it's getting expensive. And another thing with New York City, when I walk through the streets of New York and see it more empty, I feel that the city is losing its character, all these longtime residents leaving. Because one, there's no tourism, so a lot of the place looks bleak. There's not too many people going out to shop and support these businesses. And a lot of people who came to New York City, they're transplants. So all these transplants, they came to the city for the dream. They wanted to live in the big city and wanted it to be convenient to all these restaurants and bars and movies and entertainment, and now all that's shut down. So all these people are wondering, hey, why am I paying $2,000 a month for an apartment where I'm just gonna be sitting home all day and not enjoying all these outdoor activities and like entertainment that I came to the city for? So that's why a lot of people are considering now moving away from the cities and going to the suburbs. So it is a thing now. Not only that right now, but New York City is struggling. At least the city government is. I'm kind of noticing that right now. Because a lot of businesses closed up and people moved out. New York City government and the state isn't getting as much tax revenue as they once did. So as a result, they had to cut a lot of services from the recent budget. I heard that the Metropolitan Museum was getting its funding slashed by a lot. And as a result, they're even selling off some of their art collection to raise money. So just think about that a museum has to sell off their art collection. And one of the things that New York City got criticized recently was the transportation system, MTA. MTA, who runs the subway and bus system, they're losing tons and tons of money every day right now because people are not traveling, going to work, they're working from home. So it costs a lot of money to run the subway system, especially at full service like it is now. And they don't know what to do now. They can't raise the fare because raising the fare won't help because there's no one riding the trains. And they're talking about going to the federal government for help. So that's what's happening now. And then the thing is, when people are struggling, there's more of a tendency for people to commit crimes to get ahead in the world. And it's unfortunate, but it is the reality. And I really hope that New York City doesn't go down this dark path back to like the 80s and the 70s, because back then it was really bad. You would walk down the street in bad neighborhoods and you'll be afraid because you know someone's gonna try to rob you because they know you have money and you're well-to-do. I don't want New York City to be back to those days, and to be honest, I'm not even sure if I want to live in a New York City like that anymore. So anyway, this is Fifth Avenue in Sunset Park, the main shopping center in Sunset Park. Got supermarkets here, 99-cent stores, fashion stores, restaurants. Here's T-Mobile. Yellow Flower asking if I'm gonna move away. Definitely a thought, you know, because I am getting the sense that, you know, New York may not make it back for a while, but take it one day at a time. Let's see what happens. Here's the pizza store. Also Mexican food inside. Wow. Take a look at this this building at 5424 Fifth Avenue. This one looks like it's seen better days. The windows are all shot and boarded up, and there's scaffolding underneath. Wow. Oh my gosh, I feel so sorry for this guy. He's just sleeping there on the sidewalk. You see, when you see a New York City like that, it really makes you wonder, like, oh my gosh, things are so sad and it looks very bleak. I don't want anyone to be in that position where they have to sleep in the streets and have to survive like that, but I do feel it, folks. People are struggling now.
Que me trae usted, ese cuesta 99 centavos y el ese y el mate.
Greg, thank you for joining the Panda membership. Appreciate it very much. I should have more emotes coming soon. My illustrator just sent me some sketches already, so I'll be able to have some more loyalty badges and emotes for the members. And that's another thing I didn't plug enough during the stream. But recently I launched my memberships. It's located next to the subscribe button on my channel, but if you join, and thank you Black Master Reviews for the $1.99. If you join, you get some exclusive content. All members will get a status update, also loyalty badges and custom emotes to use in the live chat. And the Red Panda memberships and higher will get exclusive videos. I mean, they're not gonna be like top-notch quality exclusive videos. Thank you, Oyegoy, for $1.99. They just might be videos of me just talking about my experience before and after a video, like short videos, but at least it's something. Just a little something for those who want to help support the channel. Thank you, Vinny Boston Hands, for $10. Finn, you're on a roll today. Thanks. Margie Wolfer is saying, does New York have alleys? Yes, but they're actually hard to come by. It's a very common misconception that there are a lot of alleyways in New York, but it's not like that. King 01 saying, is New York more expensive than San Francisco to live? I think San Francisco is actually higher. It really depends where though. Why is New York so expensive? Because everything's here, that's why. Here's a furniture store open. Yeah, New York's expensive because everyone wants to live here. That's right. Because everything's convenient and all the attractions are here. Thank you, Eddie Perez, for joining the Red Panda here. Thanks. That's why a lot of people want to come here to New York to visit and travel. New York is probably one of the most demanded travel locations for any traveler. Unfortunately, there aren't too many travelers here now due to COVID, but I do notice people sometimes they drive in from other states and they'll have a good time here. Granted, many tourists from places, say like Europe, they can't come, but at least it's something. I'm also seeing New York City resident tourists going to places they normally did not go to before. Like when I was walking on the Brooklyn Bridge with some friends the other day, I met some people from Queens. They were like, hey, I'm from Queens. I'm here on the Brooklyn Bridge hanging out. And I was like, awesome, man. So right now, I think there's a lot of New Yorkers who are taking advantage right now of the city being quote unquote emptier and less busy. They're discovering their city. Yes, that's right, Bite Back. Because right now, they used to be like this, a large group of people. They would just say they have a place in Brooklyn. They would go from their house, they go to work in Midtown Manhattan, and then Midtown Manhattan, they go back home to Brooklyn. And that's all they went. And that's all they knew. They really knew their own area and also the area where they worked. Nowhere else. Like, I'm sure many of the people here who are New Yorkers watching this channel now, if they didn't like watch my channel before, they probably never went to these remote areas in New York City that they've never been to before. Like Sunset Park, Brooklyn, if you're from the Bronx, or if you're from the Bronx and you didn't go to Staten Island before, you know? Things of that nature. There's a lot of people who haven't even visited the Statue of Liberty. Cafe Logos saying it's pretty true you just discovered a neighborhood the other day. Yes. I mean, New York City is so large, people don't realize it. Cafe Logos saying it's weird if you live here, you don't do touristy stuff. Unless you're me and your name's Action Kid, right? Then you do all the touristy stuff. I'm doing all the touristy stuff when no tourists are around. Alright, I think I'm gonna go over to the left now. Let's cross the street. Feels like the sun's coming on this side, so. Oh my goodness. This is a problem hole, folks. Look at how deep this hole is. So here's my foot, right? This hole is ridiculous. You can grow a tree in this hole. Oh my goodness. And because I filmed this hole, I missed the light, but it's worth filming this. Holy moly. Call 311 is right. I'm gonna report this thing. Woo! Oh my goodness. 49th Street and 5th Ave, folks. Ooh! I just fell in the hole. So, because this hole is so big, I don't want to forget it later. I'm going to report it right now. All right, so report pothole defects. So I got here, report pothole defect, put in the dates. It's 7/9/20. Intersection. All right, so It's very easy to fill this out. You know what? I need 2 hands, so I can't put it in holding the camera like that. 49th Street and 5th Avenue in Brooklyn. All right, here it is. Here's my tracking number. Reporting pothole defects. 49th Street and 5th Avenue on the intersection. That's how you report a pothole in New York. Better report it and have it fixed before the hole opens up even more. What is going on here? TF51D, that's not a pothole, that's a sinkhole. Well, regardless what it is, the city needs to fix it. Even if the pothole department gets there, they still refer to it to the sinkhole department. So someone in the city is gonna know about it now. Someone's gonna know about it. Whenever I report like large holes like that, when I check the tracking number later, it'll say, this complaint has been referred to the appropriate maintenance department for repair. And that's what happens. What the heck? I'm going live, man. All right, that was kind of strange. Those folks were just like chilling there on the railing. They were like, oh, it's going live, man. Let's break that shit. I'm not sure if he's serious or not, but I just kind of ran with it. I just kind of laughed. It's like, yeah, I'm live, man. Just walking. No one's following me now, so. Yeah, that's what happens sometimes. The only thing they're breaking is their personality, because it shows them what kind of personality they are. But most of the times they just talk and nothing happens. New Yorkers like to do that. Harmless threats. It's only when they start following you and like really messing with you that it becomes a problem. B. Griffin saying New Yorkers are full of talk. It's funny. You should, if anyone hasn't seen this video of my channel, you can go check it out if you want to see how New Yorkers are all talk. It's the New York City, what in the world? New York City swearing compilation. Oh no! Whoa! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Hey! That's the shit out of you, son.
Yeah. This is a hole, okay. Gotta report this one now. 49th Street and 4th Avenue. I'll do it after I cross the street. Yeah, 2 in 1 day, that's right. 2 in 1 day. This is worse than the other one because there's actually a hole. Now I do hope that the city fixes that one soon, because that's gonna definitely hurt someone. The city is gonna be busy with the pothole department tomorrow. All right, here's my new report. 49th Street and 4th Avenue, pothole reported. Should be easy for them to report that one. It's on the same route, so they don't need to go to like Queens and then drive all the way down to Brooklyn the next day. They just go 3 blocks on 49th Street and they'll find it. Or a few blocks. I forget how many blocks I walked to get here. I think it was meant for me to walk down the street today, report 2 potholes. Actually, they're not even potholes. Those are sinkholes. Sinkholes. They got a hole of a problem tomorrow. The next pothole will be 49th and 3rd. Watch it happen and be true. So folks, if you're driving in New York City, know that I was the one who reported those potholes and had the city fill them up. Sarah saying those potholes are so big they can have their own zip code. That's a good one. Kind of like the Empire State Building, that has its own zip code. All right, 49th Street and 3rd Avenue. Is there a pothole here in this intersection? This is the Gowanus Expressway now. 3rd Avenue. Steve's sign, you know, if someone gets in an accident, they blame the pothole, but if someone doesn't get in an accident, they never think of the people that help, but they are the heroes. Yes. Not to brag, but there was one time during the 5-borough bicycle tour, there's a section in Williamsburg along Kent Avenue where there's a little bump. It's probably like this big, you don't realize it on the bike path, but it's kind of like invisible because it's in the green paint. And most people just like ride over it and just hit this bump and don't really like think anything of it. But there was actually one person who got sent to the hospital during the 5-borough bike ride because they hit this bump. So I actually went down there and I took a picture of that bump and I sent it to the city and had them fix it up. I said, hey, this bump caused someone to go to the hospital and it's dangerous because they can't see it. And they replied back to me and they shaved off the layer of pavement to make it smooth. And now there's no bump there anymore. So here's 3rd Avenue. 3rd Avenue is kind of like the Gowanus Expressway service road. That's most of this place here is different than the Sunset Park on 5th Avenue and 8th Avenue, 7th Avenue, things like that. It's all like industrial here. Here's a home improvement warehouse and you got just a lot of cars driving. That's pretty much all it is here. PAJ, the map calls it the Belt Parkway. Yeah, I think it kind of changes names. I think it's called the Belt Parkway, and then the Gowanus Parkway, and then it's called the Brooklyn Queens Expressway. Just depends on which section you are. It's kind of weird. Steve sign saying the elevated train is replaced by what is now the R. Used to be thriving commercial avenue of Scandinavian dock workers. Oh, good history. Thank you for that. I do know there was an elevated train here. Thank you, Russ Long, for $1.99. Appreciate it. All right. So where I want to end this live stream is at Industry City. It's not too far away from here. It's at 39th Street. Right now I'm around 46th Street. So I've got around like 6-7 blocks to go. Where am I going? I'm going to Industry City, because I want to see if it's open. Basically, Industry City has been changed now. Used to be all shipping industry, warehousing, and now it's like a big food hall and food market. Unfortunately, it's one of the like newer places in New York City that got developed, and it did get hit hard for COVID. I hope it's not the same now, but all right, I'm gonna mute this. There's music playing. That's my rap dancing for you. Pop Smoke is fire. All right. Now I know the name of that music band. Gotta mute again. All right. A lot of music playing here on 3rd Avenue. You would think they'll be playing more on 5th Avenue and 7th Avenue and 8th Avenue, but it's here under the expressway in Sunset Park. Anyone need new tires, you can get them here. By the way, folks, I want to remind you, make sure you check the tire air level. The air level in your tires, whether it's your bicycle, your car, anything that has wheels and pumps air into it, because a lot of people, they forget to put air in their tires, and they wonder like, how come I'm going so slow and this and that. Like, I have to say, as a cyclist, I notice a lot of people, they don't have enough air in their tires, and if you're riding with low air, you're gonna get flats more easily. You're not gonna go as fast, and your bike's not gonna roll. So do yourself a favor and check the air level on your tires. That includes your cars, the bicycle, everything. And not only that, if you pump air in your tires, my goodness, in your car, you actually use less gasoline too. Yeah, bite back, you're right. So, next time you go to the gas station, remember, check your air level first before pumping in gas. Yo!
What's up, bro?
dude?
Yeah, man.
I got stream sniped by 2 people here in Brooklyn. That's what it's about. They noticed. They were cool about it. All right, only 2 blocks away from Industry City now. By the way, folks, I just stumbled across a bread factory. Look at this. It smells good here. I don't know what kind of bread this is, but looks like rolls. Bread rolls. W. Salim saying maybe the tire shops are making the potholes. Oh, so you want to go down the conspiracy route now. Then you can say like the restaurants and the hospitals are in cahoots with each other because the restaurants intentionally make bad food so people get sent to the hospital more. Or you can say like, oh, the elevator company is intentionally not repairing their elevators correctly, so people need to call the elevator company more. And then I've also heard that exterminators, they don't do a good job exterminating, so that's why they make you call the exterminator again and again and again. That's how they get free business, right? And then maybe the dentist is a scam too, because maybe they intentionally drill holes in your teeth and have cavities, right? You got all these crazy theories now. Thank you, Edward Boost, for $4.99. Appreciate it. All right, Industry City coming up. Muskmelon that actually happened to your friend, the dentist. Ooh. Then I think that dentist should get in trouble. Your dentist should not be causing cavities in your teeth. That'll get that dentist in trouble. I mean, it was a joke, but hey, it actually happened to his friend. So, yeah, don't go to people like that, folks. Pick another dentist. Bite back saying your dentist is money hungry. All right, let's go. Costco Wholesale. Jason Velasquez saying the exterminator thing is real. I've actually heard that too. One theory I've heard about exterminators is that they actually use pesticides, or not pesticides, insecticide. And what they do is they'll go to an apartment, right? They'll squirt some insecticide so the roaches don't come out. Of course, they're gonna like know that, oh, I'm gonna smell this insecticide, I'm not gonna come out from the walls. So what do? They just stay in the walls, they don't come to your apartment, but they'll go over to your neighbor's apartment next door or upstairs where they didn't spray insecticide, so they infect their apartment instead of yours. And then when your insecticide wears off, they'll just invade your apartment again. So just think of that when you hire the exterminator next time. Ask if your exterminator is honest like that or not. If he's just prolonging the problem or delaying it, you know? Is he just getting rid of the problem or delaying it? Here's Costco Wholesale. Well, you can say that with a lot of things now too. Like, have you ever wondered, like, when you buy the newest, what's with these loud noises in these cars? When you buy the newest, like, phone, right? You got the smart Android phone or iPhone. 3 years later, it can't even keep up with the software anymore. It gets slow and you can't run, like, the internet browser anymore. YouTube crashes all the time. And there's a term for that. It's called the planned obsolescence. Planned obsolescence. That's what it's called. Yeah, if you think about it, right? Why buy the iPhone 11 right now when 4 months from now you're gonna have a new iPhone model, right? Hey, another tire company. These look like good tires. Maybe not this one though. This one looks kind of like ripped up over there. So defective tire, that one. Mr. Lamb Brian, thank you for 20 bucks, man. You rock. Awesome. Okay, so here's why I wanted to end. Industry City. And as you can figure by the name, Industry City used to have a lot of industry. Robert Parker, thank you for 5 bucks, saying keep up the good work. But now they turned this entire area and changed it all. Now it's like food hall, offices, and all this stuff. Look at this. Here's the map of Industry City. Right now I'm in this section right here, but you see the food hall is over here. You got Japan Village, which is a Japanese supermarket over here. This is all food areas, by the way, all the yellow stuff. As you can see here, food and drink. I'm gonna move up the camera a little bit just so you can see what's here. But the main reason why I want to come here is I want to see what's open now because of COVID. And then this section of Industry City is all shops and services, but there is like a public like park over here you can go to. And then this area here is still being like developed. All right. Oh my goodness. This is so sad to see. This is Japan Village and the food hall. Ramen Setagaya is open, but I remember eating at this place over here just a few months ago, and now it's all closed. All this food court and everything. So sad. I think it's completely closed. Oh, it's past hours, that's why. No wonder why. 7 p.m. Right now it's 7:43. So that's why there's no one here. Because it's after hours. But I do think that some of the food places are open. Probably only for takeout. Alright, so now we have our answer. It's too late. Alright, you want to check out something? Take a look at this. This is kind of cool. In between the buildings of Industry City, there's Building 5. Building 5 up there. I wonder if I'm allowed to go over here though. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to go in here and go through the back. So folks, this will be a good, interesting place to shoot a film or a video or a movie, because take a look at this. Dr. Zayas, the last time you were here in 2005 and 2006, yes, it's definitely a very recent development. Louis Castro, there was a film made here, he said, the film Ghost. Nice. Face mask required to enter into Building 5. It says welcome back. I wonder if I can cut through here. Let's see if I can go in. I can. All right, shortcut. Let's check this out. Push. Oh, exit, push. All right. So this is the part of Industry City I wanted to see. This is cool. Hi, doggy, doggy, doggy. French bulldog. Has a leash on the dog, but... Oh, why'd you... Of course, every time when I say a dog is cute or this and that, does number one in front of the camera for everyone to see. Every time. Never fails. All right. Doggy's gone now. All right. This is cool. You would never think this is in the middle of Brooklyn. Let's have a selfie. This is a hidden gem in New York City. I don't come here that often, but maybe I should more. I'm in the Amazon, the rainforest. This is not Brooklyn, New York, folks. I'm sightseeing now. Maybe we're in Brazil now. This is where you go for tourism now. All right. Industry City, folks. Sign reminding people to social distance. By the way, folks, restrooms. I think the restroom should be open. I'm gonna find out. If it is, then I'm gonna let you know. And here's a nice lawn. Greg saying this would be a nice place for a coffee date or something. Yes. Definitely a nice place for a date for sure. You'll probably impress your date too, if especially she hasn't come to this point in Brooklyn, or, you know, I'm saying she, but by that I'm meaning everybody. Doesn't matter what gender they are, or even no gender. Because Sunset Park, Brooklyn, Industry City, probably no one will know what this is. All right. So max occupancy in the restroom is 3 people, but the door is open, folks. But anyway, I'm gonna end this live stream here, folks. Use the restroom and then wash up and head my way back. But if you enjoyed this, be sure to smash that like button for me for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't already for some more videos and live streams. Consider becoming a member to support this channel. You can also check out my merchandise, and I have cloth masks available now in my Teespring store. And I'll see you all next time, folks. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.